Hello and welcome to another Daily Dose of Insights powered by Container Exchange. My name is Christian, and every other day we bring to you the key news, stories, and data points that move container markets and hence your business. Today it's Wednesday, so we take a closer look at some of the world's most important container trading market and what's moving those. Let me quickly share my screen, and sorry for the seagull noises here in the background. Let me quickly share my screen here to give you a little bit of guidance. First off, our Container Exchange Sentiment Index continues to trend in positive territory. There has been a slight decrease here over the past couple of weeks to only 5 points, which means that 5% of the respondents to our regular survey are more positive than negative, so to speak, and expect container prices to increase in the coming weeks. So this is still showing positive sentiment overall in the market, and please bear in mind this is a global index. If we look at a specific location, so this is the market for 40-foot high cube containers, cargo worthy in Shanghai for a period of this year, so starting 2023, and this is a snapshot from our Container Exchange Insights tool. If we look at that, we see a continuous negative trend actually here, despite the positive sentiment. Container prices continue to trend down, and I think that's just very normal because we continue to see overcapacity in the market, which was essentially built up during the pandemic, and it just takes time for this capacity to dispel into the market, and all that overcapacity essentially just pushes prices down. Interestingly though, that's the bottom right-hand graph here, is that price volatility has been creeping up since its low in roughly April, May. So June really has seen an uptick in price volatility here, which just means that the daily or the weekly price changes are much more pronounced, much more significant than they were previously. Typically, that's a sign for sort of nervousness or uncertainty in the market, because small changes in sentiment, small changes in news, in the global infrastructure news, etc., have an outsized impact on container prices. And then lastly, also very interesting here, despite sort of a slowdown in the decrease of container prices, you still see Shanghai 40-foot high cube cargo worthy containers trending at a discount, so roughly 20 to 30%, versus both the global average for that container type as well as to the regional average, right? So Shanghai still looks relatively cheap, also a sign of overcapacity, particularly in that location, potentially also driven by an additional influx of new build containers, which are still being produced, albeit at a lower pace than last year. Now, let's quickly look at also sort of the macroeconomic indicators of what might be moving this, what might be impacting this, and what might also have such a significant impact on the volatility. Despite what we've seen in the last month and the beginning of this month, now suddenly there is movement again in the US, positive movement, right? So Morgan Stanley sees Fed hiking rates in July after a pause in June. After a Powell speech, which essentially said, there's still a long way to go to our inflation target. And at the same time, you see positive economic news from the US, because the three important indicators that were published this week were much more positive than expected. So you have durable good orders up 1.7% versus a forecast of minus 0.9%. You have new home sales increasing, and consumer confidence also increasing significantly compared to the forecast, right? So that's what I meant with small changes in news and sentiment having an outsized impact on container prices. Suddenly you have these indicators jump, and correspondingly we'll also see container prices move probably up in this case. Next week again, sentiment might swing a little bit more into the negative side, and you'll have a corresponding countermeasure on the container price. That's it from me for today. I spoke longer than usual, I think. Please excuse, but this was, I think, very, very exciting. This is it from me for today. Have a good rest of the week, and see you all on Friday. Take care.